Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Yesterday, I talked about learning how to change your self-image in order to change your life, to become more calm and confident, to bring into your life what you would really love. And I was reading from Dr. Maxwell Maltz's book, Psycho-Cybernetics. I know that self-help books don't really work, but psycho-cybernetics is one that if you use it properly, if you use the practice exercises and do the work, you will see things shift in your life. Now, most people need a coach, a mentor, someone to help them through. And I have a coach, I have a mentor, and I coach and mentor several clients. And as we do the work, we see that life changes. And it doesn't change on the outside. It changes because what we think, what we believe in, what we question our old beliefs and start to design a new way of living, then things fall into place as we think, feel, and take actions in a new way, aligned with a new self-image, a new identity, in order for a greater version of ourselves to emerge. And Dr. Maxwell Maltz says you have to get a new mental picture of yourself. The unhappy failure type personality cannot develop a new self-image by pure willpower or even by arbitrarily deciding to. There must be some grounds, some justification, some reason for deciding that the old picture of the self is in error and that a new picture is appropriate. He says you cannot merely imagine a new self-image unless you feel that it is based on truth. Experience has shown that when a person does change his self-image, he has that feeling for one reason or another. He sees or realizes the truth about himself. The truth can set you free of an old, inadequate self-image. If you read it often enough, if you think intently about the implications and repeat its truths to yourself until you accept the truth about yourself. Science has now confirmed what philosophers, mystics, and intuitive people have long declared. Every human being has been literally engineered for success by his creator. Every human being has access to a power greater than himself, and this means you. Emerson said there are no great and no small. Bob Proctor used to tell me there is no big or little, but your thinking makes it so. If you were engineered for success and happiness, then any old pictures of yourself as unworthy of happiness or a person who was meant to fail, they must be an error. That's wrong. That's old programming. And you want to uninstall that old program and start writing a new version of you. Yesterday I told you that Dr. Maxwell Maltz said you have a built-in success mechanism. It is very powerful, but it must have a goal or a target. This goal or target must be conceived of as already in existence. now in either actual or potential form. So let's take some time to relax your body, to take a few deep breaths in and slow down your breathing, your heartbeat, your central nervous system. It's only when you're in a relaxed state of being that you can be open-minded and start to think about possibilities, start to think about solutions, start to think about what it is that you really want. Happiness, beautiful, vibrant health, purposeful work. What is it that makes you excited, passionate, feeling happy and joyful, getting a feeling of gratitude flowing through your entire body when you think about what it is, what state of being do you love to be in? Get into that state of being, and then you can attract to you everything necessary to bring that beautiful picture into your reality. Get it listed as a goal, a target, so that your built-in success mechanism has a destination. You know where you're going. Your success mechanism operates by either steering you to a goal that is already in existence or discovering something already in existence. And in your mind, it is already in existence because if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Bob Proctor used to say that all the time. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Because what you think about the most, what you get emotionally involved in, becomes your reality. Maxwell Maltz says the automatic mechanism is teleological. That is, it operates or must be oriented to end results, to goals, to a destination. You can set it and forget it, but don't be discouraged because the means whereby may not be apparent. It is the function of the automatic mechanism to supply the means whereby when you supply the goal. Think in terms of the end result, and the means whereby will often take care of themselves. A lot of times people stop themselves from going after what they really want because they can't figure it out. They can't see how it would possibly happen. They know that there isn't enough time or money, so they don't even try. Well, that's thinking from your conscious mind. We're programming our subconscious by using that built-in success mechanism, giving it a destination, a goal, a target, something that you know you really, really desire, and then leaving the details up to the universe, allowing it to be fun and exciting. There will be challenges. You won't know what the next step is until you take the first step. Maxwell Maltz writes, the means by which your success mechanism works often take care of themselves and do so effortlessly when you supply the goal to your brain. The precise action steps will come to you without stress, tension, or worry about how you're going to accomplish the result you seek. Many people make the mistake of interfering with their success mechanism by demanding a how before a goal is clearly established. After you've formed a mental image of the goal you seek to create, the how will come to you, not before. Remain calm and relaxed, and the answers will arrive. Any attempt to force the ideas to come will not work. As Brian Tracy wrote, in all mental workings, effort defeats itself. Now, Maxwell Maltz goes on to say, do not be afraid of making mistakes or of temporary failures. All servo mechanisms achieve a goal by negative feedback or by going forward, making mistakes, and immediately correcting course. He says, skill learning of any kind is accomplished by trial and error. Mentally correcting your aim after an error until a successful motion, movement, or performance has been achieved. After that, further learning and continued success is accomplished by forgetting the past errors and remembering the successful response so that it can be imitated. If you learn to ride a bike or swim or do mathematical calculations, if you learned how to dance salsa or Zumba, if you learned how to do anything, there were times where you weren't good at it. You were an amateur. You might have fallen flat on your face. But if you got up and tried again and practiced and did it over and over, you became successful at it. If you tried it once and failed and never did it again, you might still be beating yourself up for not doing it, not learning it, not taking that chance. Maxwell Maltz says, you must learn to trust your creative mechanism to do its work and not jam it by being too concerned or too anxious as to whether it will work or not, or by attempting to force it by too much conscious effort. You must let it work rather than make it work. This trust is necessary because your creative mechanism operates below the level of consciousness, and you cannot know what is going on beneath the surface. That reminds me of the pictures of icebergs, and you see the tip of the iceberg poking up through the waters of the ocean. You have no idea how big that iceberg is at the base. You have no idea what a person is going through inside their mind, in their subconscious. You only see what's on the outside. You only see what's at the top. You only see what your conscious mind, what your senses are showing you. You have no idea what's going on in the invisible realm of the universe to bring to you everything necessary to manifest your goal, your target, your dream into physical reality so that everyone else can see it, that you can enjoy it on the physical plane. Bob Proctor used to say, you are a triune human being. You are an infinite spirit residing in a physical costume, a body, a meat suit. And your body is an instrument of your mind. You've been gifted with an intellect. You have mental faculties. Learn how to use your imagination to design a beautiful picture of what you want. Use your will to hold it on your mind to think about it, to see it, to act as if it's already here. You have a reasoning ability. You can think about what it's like when it's already done, and you can think of solutions and ways that it could happen. You could change your perspective from one of it's not possible to everything is possible when I trust, when I have faith, when I get into alignment with my goal and then take action. You have a memory. You can train your memory to practice thinking about your vision, your goal, what it's like to be there. And then when it happens, it's almost like it's like deja vu. It's become a past memory. It just becomes part of you, part of your life. And you have intuition. Your intuition is always right. When you get an idea, when you're in a relaxed, calm state of well being and at ease, and you're focused on your beautiful vision, and an idea comes to you, write it down and take action on it as soon as you can before you talk yourself out of it or before the moment passes. Because when you trust your intuition, that's your higher self guiding you to take the next step, to do what needs to be done in order for everything else to fall into place. You must let your creative mechanism work rather than make it work. Maxwell Maltz says this trust is necessary because your creative mechanism operates below the level of consciousness, and you cannot know what is going on beneath the surface. Moreover, its nature is to operate spontaneously according to present need. Therefore, you have no guarantees in advance. It comes into operation as you act and as you place a demand on it by your actions. You must not wait to act until you have proof. You must act as if it is there and it will come through. Emerson said, "Do the thing and you will have the power." Imagine what it's like to already be at your destination, to have your vision become your reality. Think from the end goal. What does it look like? What are you feeling like now that it's already accomplished? As you're in alignment, your mind, your heart, your every cell of your being is feeling like you're already there in reality. And then an idea pops into your head. Do the thing and you will have the power. Bob Proctor used to say, you don't stand in front of the fireplace and say, "Give me heat, and then I'll put on the wood." He would say, you stack up the wood, and then you get fire and heat. You add to the fire, and then it becomes a burning passion. So as you think about your goal, your target, your vision, what you want to accomplish, as if it's already done, you add the actions, you add the fire, you get a passion burning in your heart. And when you think about it, it gets you, it stirs something inside of you. And you act as if you already have it. You act as the person you want to become. And then the goal shows up in physical reality. Your subconscious shows it to you. You are guided to do things that you never would have done before. And now I'm not talking about spending money that you don't have, but I'm talking about believing that you're worthy, believing that it's possible, imagining what it would be like. Your imagination plays a far more important role in your life than most of us realize. It's been proven that we are using our imagination whether we think we are or not. We're either using our imagination constructively to design our future, to build our life the way we want to be living it, or we end up using our imagination destructively. We listen to outside influences like the news or naysayers, people that scoff or laugh or criticize, and we give up on our dreams. That's how a lot of the world is living these days. If you want to be happy, healthy, wealthy, loving life, then you have to practice using your imagination constructively, designing your day, designing your life, getting into the feeling of what do you want and writing it out as if it's already happened. The key is becoming aware of how you're using your beautiful imagination and improving on it daily. You can imagine yourself successful. The mental picture offers us an opportunity to practice a new attitude, new traits, new experiences. If we picture ourselves performing in a certain manner, it is nearly the same as the actual performance. Mental practice helps to make it perfect. There's all kinds of stories and research and proof, whether it's with chess players, people who became healthy, professional athletes, artists, musicians. When you practice in your mind over and over and over, successfully completing whatever it is, living in the home of your desire, standing on stages and singing beautifully in front of an audience, winning a gold medal, getting that promotion at work. Whatever your dream is, imagine it from the end, from its already being accomplished. It's been proven that when athletes practice over and over and over in their mind, they win championships. Of course, they're practicing in physical reality, but as they practice in their mind and they practice perfectly, seeing the championship, celebrating, how would you be celebrating? What would you be doing now that your goal has been accomplished? Your vision has come true. Is your book on the New York Times bestsellers list? Money's flowing into your bank account. You're taking that trip. You're on the trip. Where are you? Write it out as if it's here now. Write it as if you're writing out a memory. You're diarizing where you are. Put in some detail. You might include sights and sounds and smells. You might include people who are celebrating your success. You might have a snapshot picture in your mind of you all dressed up, holding your best-selling book, celebrating at an elegant dinner, standing on the podium with the trophy, surrounded by cheering people, loved ones or fans. What gets you excited? What lights you up? Think about it from that perspective. It's done. You're living it. Write it out as if you're so happy and grateful. You're thankful. You're adding it to your gratitude list. That's a way to get into the spirit of your goal already manifested, is by giving thanks, getting into a deep feeling of gratitude for what you have, for what you've done, and for what's yet to come. Take a deep breath in, and in that spirit of your vision already being your physical reality, write it out as if you're telling your best friend. You're writing a letter. You won't believe what happened. How healthy are you? How wealthy are you? What are you doing for fun? What are you doing that is changing your world? How does that make you feel? Happy, healthy, grateful, loving life. Imagine yourself successful. Write it down, and as you get ideas, take action, and the universe will manifest everything you need in order to live that in physical reality, because you magnetically attract to you everything necessary to accomplish that vision. Use your imagination and transmute the energy of your thoughts and feelings into physical action, and the universe conspires to bring everything together for your good. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Create a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you back here Monday morning at 7. Thank you.